There's another factor at play here in the youth mental health crisis, and that's called relational scarcity. We're living in a time of relational scarcity, and this has made our teens much more vulnerable to the negative side of social media. But what actually is relational scarcity? Well, it's about social isolation. Research shows that teenagers who don't have strong social networks around them, friends that they can rely on, are much more likely to experience poor mental health. High quality and supportive relationships are vital to emotional health and well-being, and when those relationships are missing, it's a recipe for mental health issues. Here's the proof. Teens with low social connectedness at school are twice as likely to report mental health issues. In fact, more than 50% of young women who report low social connections also report struggles with their mental health, versus just 30% of young women who report high social connection and support. It's no surprise that loneliness is on the rise. Over the past 20 years, Year 10 students across Western countries have reported growing problems with social isolation and loneliness at school. No friends, no support, that's a recipe for mental health issues. Yes, social media and smartphones have played a role in the youth mental health crisis, but what they've done is act like an accelerant on a fire that was already burning. And that fire was burning because of a lack of real-world connection. So what can we do about this? Well, relational poverty, disrupted families, and real-world social isolation can't be ignored in the discussion around the youth mental health crisis. They're not the only cause, but they are a big part of the puzzle. We need to prioritise real, high-quality relationships for our children and young people, both at home, at school, and within the broader community. The more connected our young people are, the less vulnerable they'll be to the toxic impacts of social media.